My name is Maggie. I've been coming here to the Rock since 2013. I came by way of prayer, lots and lots of prayer. I grew up Catholic, so I knew the stories in the Bible, and went through classes, and got the certificates, and so I knew of Jesus, I knew of God, but I didn't really know God, and I didn't really see anyone with a real relationship with God. When I was about 14, I became atheist, and I got very heavily involved in drugs and alcohol and sex. When I was 21, I met my ex-husband. We had just started dating, and 6 months into it, I got pregnant. We moved in together, and about a week later, I had a miscarriage. I was just broken, just so broken, and because it devastated me. I wasn't expecting to get pregnant. I wasn't expecting to want the child, and when that was taken away, it completely wrecked me. So one of my coworkers, you could see Jesus just all over her. It's amazing. And she just saw how hurt I was. I was just kind of going through the motions of every day. And she was like, hey, my pastors are opening up this new church in downtown Gadsden, and I would really like for you to come see the building. And I was like, and she's like, you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll go see, I'll go check it out. And I went down there. We were standing outside in the parking lot just kind of talking, and I remember just kind of looking off, and the pastor, it was a female pastor, and she reached out and just kind of touched me and was like, Maggie, do you want to be saved? And I just remember there was not really a thought to it. It was more like out of my heart. It was, yeah, I was so just tired of running and tired of the hurt. But I didn't stop seeking Him. I didn't stop reading the Bible. And I saw inch by inch Him changing my life. And then almost a year to the day that I had the miscarriage, I got pregnant again. But this time it sucked. But it was a rough time for him. I think the first pregnancy he realized that he wasn't ready to be a dad. So about 2010, we got divorced. I went back to the lifestyle I knew. I was hurt. I loved him with everything I had. And the only way I knew how to deal with being hurt was to fill myself with as much drugs and alcohol and inappropriate relationships as I could. Any attention that I could get was good attention, because I really felt worthless at that time. So I stayed praying, and stayed in the Bible, and stayed partying, and trying to make it work. And it didn't. And I'd be brokenhearted and just crying out to the Lord and just saying, how come, why is this happening, and why does this happen, and I don't know what to do. And the Lord would tell me exactly what I need to do, and I'd be like, I can't do that. I don't even know what you're talking about right now. And but I stayed seeking, and He stayed right there with me. And He's and then the I can't do that, I don't even know what you're saying to me, turned into I know what you're saying, but I don't know how to do that. When you hit rock bottom, when you have nothing else to give, that's when the Lord can lift you up and fill your hands. And so I was like, okay, Lord, I've been searching, I've been seeking, and I felt Him moving me out of the place where I was. And I was like, okay, well, Lord, I don't know where you want me, so you got to send me back to where you want me, and or send me to where you want me. And he brought me back to Harvest. We had moved down here when I was 16 from St. Louis, and moved across the street. And I remember when this church was built, and so in the midst of looking for a house, the Lord pointed out the church, and he was like, this is where I want you to go to church. You've been asking me, this is where I want you to go. I said, okay, Lord, because I had been in talks with a house here nearby, 5 minutes from here, and I said, if this is the house you want me in, and this is the church you want me to go to, you got to make it happen. And he did. And from the time that from the time I got my house, is that weekend I came to this church. And like I said, I was trying to balance God and partying. So that 12:30 service was great for me, because sometimes you got to come to church hungover, and sometimes you got to come to church high, because sometimes that's hard to let go. Addiction, especially when it's something that you've known. It was something I knew for over half my life, and within, I don't even think I came here for a year. It wasn't even a year. I think it was maybe like 6 months or so. And the Lord had healed me of that. I took the purity vow March 19th of 2014 and dedicated my life to the Lord, every inch of me in every aspect of my life. And there are still things that I need to surrender every day. And I know when I was searching for a place, I didn't care if it was Baptist, I didn't care if it was Methodist. I was like, I need Jesus. I just need him to speak to me. I need him to move in my life. I need him to do something, because what I'm doing and what I've been doing has not worked. So I don't know, that's my story. Like I know I've jumped around a lot, but I don't know.